Hello, friends, and welcome to Talking with Famous People. My name is host Eric. This is Rachel, and today we're going to talk to you about Chinese astrology and MBTI type. So it turns out, as I've learned since I started dating Rachel, I kind of knew it before, but I didn't have any specific knowledge of which animal I was. But it turns out that in Chinese astrology, everybody is a particular animal based more or less on the year in which they're born. Now, to qualify a little bit, if you're born at the beginning of a year, there's a decent chance that you might be the year before, because our years are a little earlier than Chinese years. So, for example, Rachel is born in 1985, but she's a rat, which is the year for 1984.
Yep.
Whereas I am born in April, so I'm the year that I am, which is 71, which is a pig. So I'm a pig, she's a rat. And we decided to do this video on Chinese astrology and MBTI type after she and I went to the Arboretum. And they had actually a exhibit up there about Chinese astrology.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Chinese people around here. And it just seemed we were both kind of inspired to make it. So let's proceed without further ado. Here's this chart that shows you what you are. And it's got the years there. You'll notice it doesn't have my year of birth, 1971, because it assumes only people 47 and younger will be looking at this chart. But if you can't figure it out, I have adjusted a little bit down here. So let's look at the first one. Just stop that. Okay, rat. What are those numbers? Oh, those are the years.
Yeah.
If you were born in 72, 84, 96, or 08, or at the beginning of 85, remember, then you are a rat. And the types that correlate most strongly with these,
Mercury.
We've been having all kinds of Mercury and
It's
retrograde
so
problems. All right, so I think what I'll do is try this one. There, okay. So we think that probably the types that best represent the rat are the types here listed, namely the ISFP and ENFP. I guess the quality here then is one of FI in the rat and action of some sort. Both these types have FI and action. So that action can be metaphysical or physical, but in this case, they're both action feeling types. All right, so before we do the next one, Oxbow, I just kind of skipped over rat, unfortunately. Why don't you give us a little bit of your description of what a rat type is according to Chinese astrology, Rachel?
They're thrifty, and cunning, and charming. That's what they're associated with, rats.
Okay. Thrifty, cunning, and charming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ENFPs, I think, are more cunning and less clever than ENTPs. And ISFPs have their own very physical kind of cunning as well.
Yes.
So what is the ox or bull supposed to represent? And some of these have two animals, like the rat or mouse.
Yes.
Ox or bull.
Correct.
What is the ox or bull supposed to represent in Chinese astrology?
Stability, patience, and friendliness.
Stability, patience, and friendliness. I would also say that it seems logical to say with the bull is sort of a raw, brute, push forward strength to it.
Yep.
So, let's see what we got here.
They do have endurance.
We've got years 73, 85, 97, 09, ESTJ, and ENTJ. These both have that kind of earthy endurance. And what are the other qualities you said of the ox or bull?
They're friendly.
Friendly.
Yeah.
And, like ESTJs don't have a reputation of being friendly, but they certainly are engaged with the world.
Yes.
And ultimately, that's, I guess, probably the kind of friendliness that they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Right, next, we see the tiger. So, what do you think Chinese astrology has to say about the tiger, Rachel?
Well, the word that comes most often is magnanimous. I believe that's how it's said.
Mm-hmm.
They're very charismatic, but they're also very impulsive.
So I would also add to that when I think of a tiger, I think of somebody who makes singular decisive moves, pounces on a prey.
Yep.
It's not a bunch of scattered moves. It's not a war of 1,000 cuts. It's go for the jugular, kill them all at once.
Yep.
So from that quality, I sort of have an NISE notion of a tiger. And let's see what we put here as far as the types go. ESTP, ENFJ. I think that's appropriate because tigers are, like you said, they are impulsive.
Mm-hmm.
Both those types are rather impulsive.
Yeah,
actually.
they are.
ENFJs can be quite impulsive.
Quite.
But they also have that sort of singularity, that SENI rather than NESI.
Yes.
Friend. Okay, what is the rabbit or cat? Now, note, rabbit and cat are not the same animal. But some Chinese astrology call it a rabbit, some Chinese astrology call it a cat.
Yeah, and actually some have the cat as like the 13th sign, so we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, rabbit, cat. See, I like to think that right now those play with each other. So rabbit are very like, they like to stay at home, they like to be cuddled, they eat vegetables mostly. And then they could also have that cat side of them, which is very like cunning and
carnivorous.
Yeah.
Interestingly, you could say that both of those animals, they don't like to maximize effort.
Nope.
When they can avoid it.
Yeah, they both. Yeah, exactly.
Cats do a lot of sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And rabbits just sort of graze.
They do.
All right, so let's see what animals we have for that one. I mean, what types we have for that animal. ESFP and INFP. So I think ESFP represents more, I guess, the rabbit here, and INFP the cat.
And it's
Rabbits,
the same thing.
Even though they are not wasting energy, they're still engaged in a lot of activity all the time.
They are.
And that's sort of the SE-FI combo.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas FI with less SE is more like a cat. INFPs act infrequently. When they do act, it'll probably be decisive, or relatively so. But most of the time they're going to be napping.
Yeah.
All right, so what does a dragon mean in Chinese astrology?
They're show-offs. Dragons in Chinese astrology is known as being very, they're very lucky in Chinese astrology. They actually they could have won the astrological race, but they decided to save the burning people in the village instead. So they're very caring. They care a lot. And they also are impulsive, like the tiger, just in a different way. Now,
the thing is, despite not actually winning the astrological race, and we should probably backtrack briefly here and say, apparently in Chinese astrology, there's a race story that goes along with the constellations.
Yes.
And each of the creatures in the constellation race finishes in one of the places. So, now the place that they finish in, is it the same as the order?
Yes.
Okay, so I finished last, right?
Yes.
And you finished first?
Yes.
Okay. So, the pig finishes last in the race.
The pig doesn't even enter, really.
You get the sense that the rat won by sort of doing something to outsmart the bull.
Yes.
The bull got second place because he was actually the best performer.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
The tiger got third place because he could have been the best performer, but he's just too flash in the panty.
Yep.
The rabbit got fourth place, or the cat, because they only have half of the action component. The dragon got fifth place because he's not prioritizing action; he's prioritizing something else. All right.
He was.
This is just thoughts I'm having on the fly.
Exactly.
Here. Right.
Yeah, prioritizing something else. Exactly.
Okay, so let's see who we said for the dragon. ESTP, ENFJ, ENTJ. This is the first of the ones that has 3. Remember, there are only 12 Chinese animals, and there are 16 types. So a couple of them have some 3s in them and stuff. So I think that makes perfect sense for the dragon. But you also think of dragon as somehow being the king of them all, right? Even though they didn't finish first.
Even when we were looking at the garden, I said something ridiculously great about the dragon. So
right,
yeah.
So, and I think that the only types that really manifest that sort of self-importance or something but it's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
People genuinely are sometimes the star and the dragon and whatever, and more power to them. But it also requires a certain amount of self-importance.
Right, exactly. Well, right. You have to. It's really interesting actually, because now that we're talking about it, I saw something online, and it actually there was YouTube, and most people in China are Year of the Dragon. So even though it's known as a very lucky one, it's very common
in China. Because people try to wait until they have their kids in that year.
So it's like, well, they're always competing against each other.
To be the most dragon-like. Mm-hmm. You'd rather be one of just a few pigs and be the best pig than a mediocre dragon. Right?
Yeah, that was a lesson that they learned. So
it's called Big Fish, Small Pond, or everyone wants to be Big Fish, Big Pond, but it's better to be Big Fish, Small Pond than Small Fish, Big Pond.
Yeah, and having the power of the dragon, you have to be careful with it.
I'm glad I'm not a dragon.
Same.
I don't feel like my personality type is actually. I think my personality type produces a lot of false dragons. That's what I think.
That's why you got to be careful with that energy. So I think we did a good job in stating that ESTP, ENFJ, and ENTJ are the type of the dragon.
All right, so let's go on to snake. Can you tell us what Chinese astrology has to say about snake?
Snake, they're the most psychic. They have great aesthetics, and they're secretive.
Okay.
That would be.
So, well, that right now suggests to me a couple of types for sure. Let's see if we thought the same thing when we did this. Let me put this here. Piao, piao, piao. INFJ, ISTP, and INTJ. I think those are very apt types for snake. I think that when we in the West have probably a more negative connotation of snake than they do in China, I would guess.
Yeah, probably.
We tend to think of them as being sneaky, manipulative, striking from the shadows.
Yes.
Well, all these types do have that quality to them as well.
Yes. And you know what? When I found out I was rat, I had a lot of ontological shit that happened with me, because rats are not seen as nice animals at all. They carry diseases.
Especially not in New York.
Sewers.
Especially
not in New York.
Right?
Not at all. Pizza rats saved the rats, let me tell you. If anyone knows that reference. Pizza rats, where it's at. He was like, I'm hungry. I see a pizza on the ground. I'm going to eat it. Fuck yeah.
So, I mean, the rat has that opportunistic quality.
Yeah.
Snake also has opportunism.
True.
But it's a less scurrying kind of opportunism. They wait and a mouse walks by and pow. In that regard, they got that tigery pounce quality.
Correct. I agree.
Okay, so naturally, snake seems to correlate with those three types. And now let's look and see what we have for horse. What is a horse in Chinese astrology?
They're very fiery. They're show-offs. They're very free-spirited.
Okay. Now, we've got, in this one, if you're born 1966, 78, 90, or 14. The personality types as correlating best with these are ESTJ and ESFP. Now, you might say, why ESTJ? Well, I think that ESTJ's extroverted intuition is represented by the horse. That this is a kind of extroverted intuition that isn't really the purview of the dominant extroverted intuitor, but rather as a third slot thing here. Now, for ESFP, they're getting more the SE aspects of the horse. The horse has both SE, FE, and NE aspects. Mostly SE and FE. The demonstrative SE of the ESTJ and the 8 slot FE make them sort of an unconscious horse.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's Trojan.
What do you think about sheep? What is the perception in China about sheep?
They take care of their homes the most. They are okay being followers. And they want harmony. They seek harmony above all.
I want to say also, there's nothing wrong with being a follower. Right. Everybody has, in various times in their lives, a choice. They've got 4 choices, really. It's lead, follow, get out of the way, or get in the way. The problem is people who get in the way but don't really choose to. Those are the problem people, right?
Yeah.
It's like, if I'm getting in the way, it's because you're a problem as a leader. And I'm not going to be a follower, and I'm not going to get out of the way. But a lot of people will get in the way because they don't like the whole idea of leadership or doing anything or whatever.
Yeah, true. This is true.
And the thing is, good leaders know how to be good followers too.
Right. I think it's important.
I'm perfectly capable of following somebody else's lead. And I'm not saying I'm a good leader necessarily. I don't feel naturally like I want to own that role particularly. I don't like the idea of leadership. I'm very democratic in my nature. I don't like the idea of there being a hierarchy or a difference of power between people. And Rachel and I are having an amazing experience sort of understanding what it means to be in a couple that's fully real and aware of all the metaphysics and physics of the thing. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of mind-blowing, frankly. Anyway, it's off topic. Sheep. There's nothing wrong with sheep. Is the point.
Exactly.
We all got to be followers sometimes.
So, right.
And we all got to be leaders sometimes. And even the sheep sometimes have to be the leaders.
And I just wanted to make say that horse, which is known as being one of the most impulsive, independent signs, goes well with the sheep. Because sheep who like to stay home and be cozy will make a great foundation for the horse to come back to after they have their adventures.
And I want to talk a little bit about ESTJ impulsiveness. ESTJs are not unimpulsive.
Good point.
You see my dad, right? He comes in, all of a sudden, we're going to Vegas on Tuesday.
That is impulsive.
And I'm going to go down here, and he just defines the week's schedule on a moment's notice, and all of a sudden, we're going to Vegas. Yeah. He's not going to Vegas. We're going to Vegas.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
that's that. Right?
Both of us can't even put it in words.
But we live in a really strange environment for 2 full-grown adults. It's like, it's beautiful. We're in this beautifully nurturing incubation of ESTJ well-structuredness. Yeah. Anyway, regardless, ESTJs can be quite impulsive. They're not always super predictable and low. If they work to get themselves to a position where they can be impulsive and they can explore their creativity, usually through going different places. Though it's
and
they don't quite ever
things.
And talking about how good they are.
Right. quality, which
this wine is this rug is really expensive. Oh, great.
So sheep is a great comparison, and that's what are they?
Let's find out. Okay, ISFJ, ISTJ makes perfectly good sense.
So that's 55, 67, 79, and 91.
If you're born in any of those years, you are a sheep. Note, you may be like, well, I'm a sheep, but I'm not an ISFJ or ISTJ. That's fine.
That is fine.
I'm not my animal is not my actual animal, right? Like the ENTP animal is not a pig. Although, you'll see we do another equation here at the end, and we'll go through them. We do it the other way where we go ENTP equals animal plus animal. Okay, so we'll get to that one in a bit. So, monkey, what's the monkey like?
Monkey, they're show-offs. They like to make people laugh, and they're very impulsive with their business deals.
Okay, well, let's find out who that is. Oops. ENTP and ENFP. So, it seems like the monkey is primarily the extroverted intuition of the animals.
Yep.
And so it makes sense that the 2 extroverted intuition doms would be the animals.
Yeah.
Would be the monkeys. That's 56, 68, 80, and 92.
Yeah.
Now, have we hit any of our people here that like my parents?
No, your parents. So your parents, your dad is a horse, ESTJ, and your mom is a sheep, ISFJ.
Okay, well, what year were they born?
Oh, they were born year of the ox, which is
Okay.
37.
So my parents are both oxes.
Yes.
And it seems, I mean, it definitely seems that way with them.
Yeah. Oh my
and
goodness.
frankly, I
They're
do
so
seem like a pig too. You know, it's like I'm very wallow in the rye.
Yeah. Yeah. And pigs they find money wherever they go. There's another lucky sign in the Chinese culture because they know how to make money. It just shows up for them. In their cars, if you're a pig, look in your car, you'll find money. Pockets, you probably find change sometimes. Yeah.
What's the rooster? Rooster / chicken. Presumably, is it ever a chicken or is it always a male chicken?
They're a bit rooster and chicken.
Okay, rooster and chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. The name, I think actually in the language it's two different, but still it's associated rooster / chicken. They're show-offs.
Okay.
Big
families, right?
Yes. Family is very important.
Family's very important.
Yes.
So let's see.
But and also, so they're cocky. The show-offs. They can be cocky.
Well, I mean, cocky comes from the word cock, from meaning rooster.
Yeah.
You know?
So, and they're good with like managing money.
Okay, so you're talking about the SFJs, basically. You're talking about everybody gather around the dinner table. My kitchen, my rules. You're talking about that, right?
Yep.
So that's your ESFJs, your ISFJs. You're also my grill. I'm the only one who touches my grill. You know, like that's the male equivalent. Ain't nobody cooking any meat in this house but me.
Yes.
And we only use charcoal.
Yep.
Okay, and then they'll, ESFJ male will be like, why don't you come on over here? Here, come on over here. Go ahead and flip them. All right, you go ahead and have a turn. No, they'll be generous with it. They'll define their scope of their territory, and then they'll generously let other people partake
that's true,
in it.
especially if it's a young boy.
Right. There you go, Tiger. There you go, Sport.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me toss your hair a little bit.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, dogs. What are dogs like? Loyal.
Playful.
Loyal and playful.
Yep.
Anything else?
They're obedient. Loyal, playful. Well, let's have loyal, playful, obedient, which can be a good or bad thing. The playful thing, actually, the dog probably also could have gone farther, because everyone's like, oh, dogs are so fast, and they are. But what happens in the story is that the dog gets distracted by animals in the, wilderness, like outdoors. There's a butterfly, and the dog decides to play with the butterfly instead. So
let's see who the dogs are. No offense to, I know who's going to object to this. INTP's going to be like, what? No way.
Yeah, way.
Yeah, guys. I mean, you're very loyal.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys are nihilistic when you're young, but you'll outgrow that. And you find people that you really identify with, and you're able to spend some quality time with them. And
you enjoy the creative too. So
there's never been an INTP or INFP who really enjoyed playing the puss.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. I don't know any.
It's just not their. It's not their thing. They don't believe in sort of physicalities for their own sake.
Agree.
But and they like an INTP will say something like, "I feel like a social tool without a use." So they're really looking to be useful to people. That's their fourth slot FE. They're really looking to delegate to somebody else, making them feel good about themselves. And how best to do that, but to follow the I'll throw the stick, you go bring it back. Good job. They're actually quite responsive to that kind of stuff.
Wow. It's
not. It may sound like demeaning or something. I don't mean it that way at all. I'm just saying that's what it means to be fourth slot FE. And for INFPs, they have more of the self-indulgent part of dogs, I guess. They're like...
Yeah, I mean...
Look, I'm just going to sit here and lick my balls.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
It's what I like to do. Okay, so that's your 58s, your 70s, your 82s. Oh, 81. 81 was my ESFJ ex-wife. I wanted to note that. Because she was such a chicken. She had embodied all the year of the chicken things.
Aww.
I don't. You might think, well, that's odd, Eric, for you to say that around your girlfriend or something. I actually don't think it works like that with us anymore. Like,
no, we've talked so much about these people who in our, days together that I don't take any offense to it. And actually, roosters and pigs in astrology do get along too. So if you had a point where you got along in a relationship,
we got along okay until
right.
What it came down to, though, ultimately is we had a double extrovert problem. And she's definitely was a leader type. When I quit drinking, I naturally was not a follower type. So we had an immediate problem there. I couldn't be with her sober, basically.
That's when shit gets real.
Right. When shit got real, I couldn't be with her.
It's life.
Yeah, that's life. And she's not a bad person at all. I have nothing bad to say about her.
Yeah, and I don't either, actually. So
just didn't work. We weren't meant to be, is all. So that's dogs. We're really getting off top track here.
We're almost done with it.
Pig. Okay, pig. What's pig like?
Pigs. So I just said money. Their money is attracted to them. Lazy.
I actually am. It's weird. Sort of.
You are.
I
think naturally you actually are.
I can be quite lazy.
Yeah. I mean, you have a sleepy week.
The thing is, if you just judged by my amount of stuff I get done, you wouldn't conclude I'm lazy, but I'm actually quite lazy.
They're a lot of fun, too, actually. Out of all the animals, you would think that the dragons to show us, pigs are the most fun. They're the ones who are looking to have the most fun, too. So if you graduated a year of the pig, you probably had the most fun out of all the years and the people in your high school. You had the parties, you had the tailgating, you had the crazy going aways.
Vegas, baby.
So
we're going to Vegas.
Yeah, we're going to Vegas.
Where's the next trop? I got a wallow and I got a gorge. Where's the next trop? Bring it on.
A buffets.
It's gorge and wallow time.
Woo!
Clap for the pig.
And I haven't been to Vegas with like a partner before.
Well, also, as you said, you haven't. Last time you went there, it was a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
You're going with somebody who doesn't drink. It makes a big difference.
It makes a huge difference. I was actually. At the time, too, I was drinking. I was of age and everything, and I was overcome by the amount of drunkenness around me. So it really does make a difference that you don't drink. So I'm going to feel safe and fun and cool and good. It's going to be a great time. I can't wait.
Pigs, ISFP, ESFJ, ISTJ, years, 1959, 1971, that's me, 1982, 1995. Okay, so it makes sense. Those are people who like to wallow.
Oh, no. There's a correction. 1983.
Oops. Thank you for correcting.
No.
Okay, next one. Oh, we're down to here now. Okay, so I was expecting there to be 16. You see, I got confused. This one, there's 16.
Yep.
ENTP, pig, and monkey.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see if this is going to always do that. Okay, so we get the answer all at once. Yeah. Oh, no, now we won't. Okay.
Yeah, it's good now. Oh, here you go.
Here comes Dad. Hey, Dad, we're just finishing up this video, and we're going to be in there before 4 o'clock. Okay, so ESTP, dragon plus tiger.
Yep.
ENFP, monkey plus rat. ESFP, horse plus rabbit. We'll just finish this up quickly.
Yeah.
And you guys can, if you don't like, you disagree with these things, in the comments say, no, it's not monkey plus rat, it's meow plus meow.
Exactly.
That'd be fine.
We love to hear. I'd love to.
Kind of
yeah.
So,
this is what it's about. We're throwing these ideas out. This is what we've come up with. So. Right.
Okay. So ESFP, horse plus rabbit. INTP, dog plus cat. That's going to be a controversial one.
I happen to agree, though. We did have a discussion about it.
We did.
So
we talked about it at some point. ISTP, snake plus tiger. INFP, cat plus dog. Now you might be like, INTP and INFP the same too? Yeah, I think so. I do. I think so. I think
It's
that's the
pretty
best.
similar. Just cats in front of the dog with that
Right.
one.
Their INFP's got more cat. INTP's got more dog.
Correct.
Or you might say the other way around. Actually, it should be the other way around. I think INTP's got more cat. INFP's got more dog. What do you think? It could go either way.
Yeah, maybe. Like a golden retriever would probably be an INFP, right?
Well, I don't know. We'll leave it up to the commenters.
Actually,
on
yes,
this one.
that's a great one to leave it up to for the comments.
All right, ISFP, pig plus rat. ENTJ, ox plus dragon. They sound like the best type to be, right? Like if you think
Ox
about
plus
it,
dragon?
you're like, okay, that sounds
Yeah.
good. ESTJ, ox plus horse. ENFJ, dragon plus tiger. You might prefer that one too. That's a really flashy pair, right? Dragon
That
and
is.
tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you say tiger and dragon are the two flashiest?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They get in trouble with each other when a tiger and a dragon are friends, they get in trouble with each other.
They're bad influences on each other.
Mm-hmm. A lot of fun, so.
Rooster plus pig. INTJ.
Mm-hmm.
Snake plus ox. ISTJ, sheep plus pig. INFJ, snake plus dragon. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think so.
Maybe a snake that turns into a dragon. I always considered the snake to be the child of the dragon on the chart. Because they're so similar.
I mean, if you were going to go another way with this, with INFJ, you could go snake plus cat.
Yep, I was thinking cat too.
Snake plus cat. You think snake plus cat is better? I think so too.
Yeah.
I think dragon is a little too flashy for an introvert.
I'm not really.
Snake plus cat. Alright, we're changing that one. I think dragon's a little too flashy for an introvert. Well,
I do too.
there. Alright, ISFJ. Sheep
I really
plus
like cats.
rooster. Sheep and chicken. ISFJ. Which
Yep.
type is actually most likely to own actual sheep and chickens? ISFJ.
Yeah.
I think. Or ESFJ.
Yeah, and ISFJ. But
probably.
ISFJ came to my mind. They'd be the most one to say okay to those.
St. Patrick. Most likely ISFJ.
Really?
Patron saint of animals.
St. Patrick's Cathedral is based on a saint that loves animals.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cute.
I'm
Learn something new every day.
going to go out there. I'm going to go ahead and officially do a celebrity typing here. Catholic St. Patrick, ISFJ.
I agree.
All right, so you got in a bonus saint typing, which is just like free, just pure gold that you're getting for nothing. So just remember that, and please like this video. I hope you enjoyed this trip down Chinese animal astrology MBTI type lane.
Woo!
Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.